The Aintree Spectres. Night Rituals on Merseyside. Welcome to Hidden Truths UK. Tonight we are venturing into one of Merseyside's strangest and least spoken mysteries. The hooded procession of torch-bearing figures seen for decades in a field just outside Aintree. Locals call them the Aintree Spectres. What are they? A cult, a prank, or something far more sinister? In the quiet hours of the night, walkers, drivers, and residents claim they witnessed them marching in robes, carrying flaming torches, sometimes even attacking the curious. Join me as we look at the evidence, the witnesses, and the chilling legacy of this phenomenon. Our story centers on a large open field beside the River Alt, just off Bullbridge Lane, and Spencer's Lane, part of the old countryside north of Liverpool in Sefton. Historically, this land was farmland belonging to Lord Sefton's estate. Nothing unusual appears on old maps, yet from around the late 1960s onwards, locals began reporting strange nighttime processions on that very field. One of the earliest witnesses was a young man walking home late one night in the late 60s. Around 11 o'clock, he saw 9 men marching 2 by 2, each carrying a bright torch, dressed in grayish robes with pointed hoods. He described them as resembling the Ku Klux Klan. Frightened, he ran home and pulled his father to the window. From upstairs, they watched the procession silently fade into the darkness. In another account from the early 1970s, the same family were driving home after bingo when they spotted a dozen robed figures standing in a circle in the same field. Some carried torches. When the father asked around later, no one else seemed to have seen it, as if it had never happened. So what were these figures? Several theories have emerged over the years. Some believe they were a secret cult, possibly pagan, drawn to the area's isolation for nighttime rituals. Others link them to a mysterious local sect known as the Lily White Boys, said to hold torchlit ceremonies in secluded areas. Another possibility is that they were extremists or political groups using the night to gather in secret. A more mundane theory says it was local youths or pranksters playing at being something darker. Yet the consistency of the reports makes that hard to accept. Witnesses described the same robes, the same torches, and the same eerie silence. One curious connection often mentioned is the 1964 plane crash in Aintree. A Piper, Apache aircraft that went down near the same fields, killing journalist Nancy Spain and several others. Some locals say the crash left a strange atmosphere over the land, a dark energy that attracted those later rituals. Whether coincidence or not, it's one of those details that refuses to fade away. But perhaps the strangest part is how few witnesses there were, despite the road being fairly used at night. Maybe people were too afraid to speak up. One man reportedly refused to give his name, fearing someone would come after him. Or maybe the timing was so specific, late at night, on quiet weekdays, that few ever crossed their path. Psychologists would argue that when you're alone in the dark and see something you don't understand, your brain fills in the blanks. You see robes, hoods, flames, your instincts scream danger. But even so, several unrelated witnesses gave near-identical descriptions years apart. That's difficult to dismiss. For decades, the Aintree Spectres have remained a local legend, whispered in pubs around Melling and Aintree. Older residents still talk about them with a nervous laugh, unsure if they were ever real or if it was just one of those things best left alone. Today, the field still sits quiet, not far from the M57. By day, it's peaceful farmland. By night, it's a place many locals would rather not walk alone. What do you think? Were these figures real? A secret cult performing rituals under cover of darkness? Or simply a mix of myth and memory? If you enjoyed this story, like the video, subscribe, and comment below what mystery you'd like me to explore next. Until next time, keep your eyes open, because the night holds more than we guess.